And good morning. How are you today? I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and like it or not, that Monday morning whistle is blowing. 6:30 already as we all get ready for another day. Rainy outside. Leave a little bit early, no matter where you've got to go today to get there on time. Drive a little slower there. Southern Lauderdale County getting a lot of rain, northern Clark. We'll look at the radar here in just a moment to give you an idea of what's going on out there. Need you to be careful. Had a bunch of fender benders yesterday as well. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and hit that button and show you this. Enterprise, Stonewall, look at this, all the way up to chunky, heavy rain. Also, if you're in this eastern portion of Clark County, over to Butler, Alabama, look at this. Lots of it. And I think in the background we're getting lightning. A lot to the south of us there is what that's telling us there. Lisbon, y'all be careful. We got light showers all across Lauderdale into Kemper showers. And boy, we get up here near this Winston, Neshoba County line and Knoxville, all of that there. Look at that. Bunch of rain there also. So be careful to the south of us. We'll show that bunch of fog here in the Hattiesburg area. And they've put out a dense fog advisory this morning we'll get into here in just a moment. Again, back to work we go. How does everybody feel? Short weekend. We are officially now halfway through September. It is so hard to believe. This year has been one of the fastest ones I've seen ever. We've got a lot to talk about at 7 o'clock. Plus, we're going to get into local headlines at 7, and then we'll do the national headlines here in just a moment. Get you up to date what's going on in the country. We'll do all that next. Let's go to Collinsville now. Get a good word for the day.
I don't know about you, but I'm kind of a game show junkie, and one of my favorites over the years has been Family Feud. That show's a lot of fun. Each round begins with a face-off where a person from each family walks up to the table with buzzers. The host reads the question, and the first person to hit the buzzer gets to answer the question. Have you ever seen someone hit the buzzer before the host finished the question and then give a completely wrong answer? I mean, just imagine with me. Name a person you'd love, buzzer. My wife! Ooh, sorry, that's not even on the board. Let me finish the question now. Name a person you'd love to see fall off a cliff. What an awkward and embarrassing moment. That guy is for sure in the doghouse when he gets home. Listen, it's really important to hear the question before you give your answer. That's not just good advice, that's godly wisdom. The Bible says in Proverbs 18:13, if one gives an answer before he hears, it's his folly and shame. You see, you can make yourself look real foolish and even end up giving a terrible answer. That's why elsewhere in the Bible, it tells us to be quick to listen and slow to speak. The wise person takes time to listen before he ever speaks. I bet that's why God gave us 2 ears and only one mouth. So may you lean into that truth and take full advantage of God's design. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. And welcome back. I hope you enjoyed today's message. Always a good one from First Collinsville Baptist Church. I often ask, how many days is it till Christmas? I'm going to shock y'all as we show you this 100 days. As we get down to the hours, it's 99 days, 17 hours, 26 minutes, and 10 seconds until that happens. Wow. All I got to say about that. So Christmas times are coming, as Jerry Reed would sing. My, it is 99. So be ready. It's right around the corner. I had to go to the pronunciation department just a moment ago to make sure I knew how to say this because I was thinking his name was Tito, but it's Tito. Michael Jack, is that right? Tito? Tito. I did. It's Michael Jackson's brother has passed away at the age of 70 over the weekend. Another loss for the Jackson 5. He was one of the founding members of that. Boy, it's hard to believe. I can still see him on TV doing ABC 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I remember that. And then there was that Ben song about the little mousie many moons ago. But Tito has passed away at the age of 70. We hate, number one, that it happened. It's going to be sad news for Virginia as they're losing a local plant. As we get into this, the Boar's Head plant. They were a meat maker. As it goes back to, they're closing the plant because of the listeria outbreak. At first, they thought they would open it back, but they've decided not to. Lots and lots of jobs. I think this was either 7 or 9 deaths total that was tied back to this listeria. But the plant closing for good will be devastating for this town. Hate to see things like that. As we look across South Carolina this week, we'll execute an inmate. It was a 1997 murder, a store clerk. They tried to fight it and say he didn't do it. There were 2 people in the store, one with a stocking, one with a mask. It'll happen this week. It's been denied. 1997, this is 24. Takes a while for the wheels of justice to reach, doesn't it? Teen arrested. I don't know if everybody's seen this. A teen was cleared of killing his father a couple of years back. It was ruled, I think the way they put it, as self-defense. He has now been arrested for the murder of his mother. Stabbed her. Makes you question the original, does it not? Neighbors said they saw him in a fight in the front yard, and she did not make it. I know Odie's a big fan of this guy. I can't say that I've ever listened to his music, but I have to say he is comical whenever I watch him. But Lil Wayne, a rapper, is totally upset. He's got a Lil Wayne shirt, don't y'all think that he doesn't? He's been snubbed for the Super Bowl, and he's upset. He feels like he should have been offered the halftime entertainment. I forget who it's going to. Kendrick Lamar. I have no idea who that is. But most of the halftime shows, I have no clue what's going on, and I go, what did they sing? I don't understand half of them. But Lil Wayne, I did know who he was, and he says my hometown. They didn't even offer it to me. He might have cut a discount to him. Have you ever scratched your head and just worried who's in charge? I see that in this next story as we go to Virginia. A 6th grader is being suspended, all because he didn't report a classmate fast enough that had a bullet in his backpack. Now, again, that could have been put in their mistake, whatever the case is, but the kid, he did report it, but was suspended because he didn't tell it fast enough. Where's Earl Pitts? What's America coming to? You know what makes me sick? I really think that Greg is really Earl Pitts. I don't know if y'all have caught on to that. He's Pitts off America. Y'all remember him. He was on the radio with us for years and years and years. I really liked that little skit. He kind of told it how it was. Ooh, this is going to hurt some. Pennsylvania, the Supreme Court has passed that mail-in ballots with incorrect dates will not be counted in the presidential election. Imagine that, the way it ought to be.
So they're going to follow the law?
I truly don't understand how a big a nation as we are, that you can't have on these federal races such as president and all of this, one set of rules for every single state. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to start counting at 7 p.m. As soon as your polls close, they're electronically sent to us. It can be done, and it can be the same rule of law for every state. It can be. It's federal. State elections, do what you want, but federal, I mean, come on. It should not take us 2 to 3 days to count votes. We're better than this. Oh, I got an idea. You're an American citizen. You show your ID or your thumbprint proving that you are an American citizen to vote. Imagine that. If you pay taxes, you should be able to vote. Small thoughts. You may not agree with me. And trust me, there will be someone who does not agree with that statement. There will be. Always is. Oh, this is horrifying as we find this as someone who's been missing this morning as we go to Wisconsin. A 3-year-old little boy who has been missing has been found. They have found bones. Awful, awful, awful. We send heartfelt condolences to those family members dealing with this. Now, I've never actually seen in person. Have you a river otter? I can't say that I've ever encountered one. You have? I've never bumped into one. Chunky River or where?
Well, that's because you don't get close to the water.
Yeah, I don't swim. I stay away from it. I respect it. Chunky, where'd you see one, Odie?
Yeah, I think Chunky River.
Chunky River, okay. A river, Washington State is where we go for this, and they've caught him. He pulled a small child underwater, jumped out of the water, grabbed a small child, and pulled it under. They've caught him. I'm sure it's not going to be a good ending on that. Now, I'll do this story before we get into weather. I can remember, and this is, I guess, what you would call hearsay, so let me do this. I've just had people through the years recount of having children years ago going to the hospital and being able to pay for the whole amount when they checked out of the hospital. Anybody remember that? Child costs a couple $100, $300, whatever the case is. Now things are so different. There's a lot of reasons, and let me throw out a couple of these. Lawsuits that are frivolous in a lot of cases. The insurance that doctors have to carry that they're through the roof, that they have to protect themselves from that. Now, then you get into the drug company sides that are after every dollar that they can make, and they rise the prices over and over and over. Hospitals now are doing this. Each you get a bill from 25 different areas. You can't just go in and get one bill from a hospital. We all know that. I feel compassion for this man as I look at his story. North Carolina is where he lives. His wife had cancer. They fought it. She went to the hospital. They done everything they could. He made the $100 payment. She passed away. He had to eventually, and he said, I really didn't know what I was doing, but he said, I wanted to do the right thing. He said, I had to sign a piece of paper that either when I passed away or sold my home, that they would get, I forget, $25,000 that he owed to the hospital from the sale of his home. Then he got sick. He got cancer. He was hit with more bills, paying $50 a month what he could on a limited income. He had to quit his job to take care of his wife. And this is not just this man's problem. This is all across America. I don't know the answer for this. Cancer is awful. We all know that. The treatment for it is through the roof. Do I honestly, and I may rattle some cages on this about what I'm fixing to say, do I think drug companies want a cure for it? I don't. There's too much money in the treatment that goes into this. I forget what it costs for my wife to go through hers, from the red devil treatment to the radiation and this and that and the medication and the tons of visits you have to go through. Is it greed that leads us to not curing things? That's my gut. It worries me. It worries me. And again, he's just an average American. Well, I know that and then after all of that, after you get this, the way insurance is set up, you can't get insurance anywhere because nobody wants to cover you. So whatever the outrageous amount that you have to pay each month, you have to pay it, or you're not covered. Then what do? Lose everything you have? You'll spend your entire income on insurance of trying to just get by. I don't know the answer. I sure wish we had someone running for president who did have these answers. And not only that, in order, it's just like here in Meridian. You've got a mayor and you've got a city council. If they don't all work together for the benefit of the county, the state, and the country, nothing gets done. And boy, are we to that in America, to where Congress does not have the full vision of what's best for America. It's just not there. No, I'll never make it for president. I'd make too many people mad. I would. They need someone with some, and I hate to say it, that some common sense. If 2 + 2 = 4, don't elect someone who thinks it's 5.5. There are so many people out there that think that way. And let's just let's for a moment get rid of Democrat, Independent, Republican. What's right is right. I don't care what party you belong to, right is right. Think that way, whoever you are right now. That's my 2 cents on all of that. We'll be right back and get deeper into this forecast here in just a moment, so you'll know what to expect, what to wear. It's still going to be 80, I'll give you a hint. So we'll be right back.
There's something special about autumn and Al's Garden and Gift. There's no better place to pick up beautiful mums, snapdragons, and pumpkins. Fall in love with pumpkins in a vibrant array of colors and sizes. Hay bales, corn stalks, homemade wreaths, flags, and unique pottery waterfalls will add extra appeal to an entrance or outdoor space. Tailgating festivities are fun with Captain Rodney's, Grumpy Man, Redneck Gourmet Sauces, salsa, jellies, cheese straws, and more. Al's Garden and Gift, a charming place to harvest memories and gifts this fall.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
2024 Kia Sportages have rates as low as 0.9%. The 2024 Kia Sorento has interest rates as low as 0.9%. We've got 2024 Kia Fortes for as low as $349 a month. $349 a month. Come see us at Kia of Meridian.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
And welcome back. Let's get into this forecast now as we pull up our record highs, our record lows. Look at this. Back in 80, I was barely 11 years old. It was 101 today. I shouldn't have told that, should I? Some things you need to just keep to yourself. 1961, I was nowhere around. It was 48 degrees for the coldest day that we've got recorded on this. As we move forward, look today, 80-81 is what we'll get. Philadelphia IA should see 79 up around Columbus Air Force Base to Mississippi State, around 82. Now, as we go down the river from Greenwood to Natchez, it'll warm up to about 84 there. Even in Hattiesburg, we've got warmer weather at 83, and it's an 80% chance of showers throughout the land. So you're going to get wet is what I'm trying to tell you. As we look at Bama, the line where it cuts off will be somewhere right outside the outskirts of Tuscaloosa. 81 in Demopolis with more rain down to Selma, Montgomery, and Troy, but around Birmingham, not as much. Could see some drizzle today, around 81, 84 up around Gadsden. As we move forward to look at the outlook, here it is across the U.S. of A. A warming trend there in Texas, but it's not going to get out of hand for the South. Thank goodness. Hopefully we'll be able to keep this into the 80s as we look at this. As our 7-day forecast calls for, where did it go? There it is. 80 today. We should see a 70 to 80% chance of rain, depending upon where you're standing. 86 tomorrow as that rain decreases to a 20% chance. By Wednesday, we're at 10%. But look, we got fog moving in on Wednesday morning, so plan ahead for that. It's just nasty. You just can't see. By Thursday, we're still hovering at 88, and it should remain that way all the way through the weekend. And I know that there's a lot of events scheduled for this coming weekend. So beautiful weather, 89 as we get into the weekend. Can't beat that. Even on Sunday, no excuses. Church time, 86 and no rain. As we look all the way till September the 30th, look at that sunshine, smidgens of chances of rain with highs basically at 84 to 86. Can't beat it, can we? I kind of like that. What else have we got going here? Let's check out the fishing forecast. If you've got a hankering, the best time to be there today is around 11:30, and you can stay till about 1:30. Should be pretty good fishing there. Grab a bucket of worms and go at it. The next major time will be all right around midnight. We got a minor time going on now. Well, it just ended, didn't it? You can try it again this afternoon around 6:30. It's a minor time. But again, it gives you a chance to be fishing, and, well, we can't beat that. We'll show you this, and then we'll go to the big map as we look at what's going on. As we just got through with one hurricane, we got a couple of things that are happening here with the National Weather Service as we look at this. We've got 8, which is a tropical storm with a wind speed of 52 miles an hour, gust of 63 that should be coming ashore there in South Carolina. We've got another one that has developed there in the Atlantic, moving along at 29 miles an hour, wind gust of about 40, millibars at 1,007. Even on 8, it's at 106. Now let's flip back and go over here and look at radar where you can see this stuff live of what it's doing right now. Let me turn on a button here where you can see this. Let's go here to our tropicals and pull this up, and then go up and look at North Carolina, South Carolina. Here's what we've got is it's going to come ashore. If you're there at Georgetown, right there, just east of Charleston is where all this is going to be coming through. And it'll make its way inland there, South Carolina. May eventually make its way right up into here, around Hickory there, North Carolina. Be careful, keep that in mind. Look at the rain that is spawning off right here, Wilmington. that area there, North Carolina. Lots of rain there coming in. Then we've got this second system that's way back here. It doesn't look like it's going to affect us at all. It's going to take a right turn Clyde, so to speak, and just keep away from us. Let's hope that happens. Let's go back to Mississippi and see what we've got going on. Look at this line that we've got here. Let's put this in motion for you to see. You'll see it's moving northward there. Let's zoom in so you can see where the rain is right now. As we look here deep into Clark County, we got a lot of showers over around Stonewall Enterprise there from the Piggly Wiggly due north up to I-20. If you're coming in on 2059, and again, let me stress, I hadn't gotten any messages yet, but we could almost, as what's his name from Louisiana would say, guarantee we're going to have an accident there in the curve. We had 2 yesterday. Dead Man's Curve coming in Meridian. Y'all be careful there at the split. It's going to be more and more of this. 59 covered in it. Highway 11 all the way up to the airport has a lot of rain there also. Light showers scattered out across Lauderdale County. A pretty good little shower coming down on the south end of Okeechobee now. And as we go out to Wyandotte, Motor Sports Park. I said that wrong, didn't I? We got a lot of rain on Highway 19. 2-lane road. Y'all be careful right along there. Alamucha, Wyandotte Road, y'all be careful there as well. All of those areas there to the state line. It even carries over in here. Here's Butler. If you're traveling 17 into Alabama 10, those areas there, be careful this morning. We want you to get there in one piece. Too much wet weather, don't speed. School buses are out this morning as you make your travels. We've got Odie. We're going to find out what's going on in Clark County. Ooh, we got a festival coming up.
Sure do.
Whew, can't wait for that. We'll do that at the top of the hour. Hope you'll come back and join us. We got to make a pot of coffee. We get grumpy around here without it. I just can't make it without it. We'll be right back with that and so much more. Won't you join us? It all gets underway live beginning at 7 o'clock here at the Scotty Ray Report.